Luke, you may begin.
Alright, so this is my presentation of learning by Luke Savage. So my superhero is Super Savage, and it has the ability to defeat enemies that try to block his goal, and it keeps attacking the challenges so that until they're gone completely, and it always gets the job done no matter how long it takes. For example, if you have to stay up late or if you have to wake up early to finish the project. Some of the superpowers that I gained were time management, visual arts, collaboration, cooking skills, and problem solving. So the first superpower is time management. So I think the best evidence of this was in the KCC cooking competition, because right from the start we knew that we had 1 hour to prepare the food, cook it, and plate it all in the dishes. You also had to time the food to finish at the same time so that they would keep the temperature that they were supposed to be eaten at. I feel that I was successful in this because we plated our dish right when our hour ran up, and we pretty much timed our food to finish all at the same time. And I think that this was because we planned our tasks out earlier so that we would know what we're supposed to be doing and for every single minute of the hour. Our biggest enemy was ego. I think that this was a huge enemy because everyone had their own way of cooking and their own way to do things, like prepare the food, and no one wanted to be wrong. So in order to solve this problem, we had to come up with a compromise and trust the other person that they knew what they were doing. The second superpower was problem solving. I think that the best evidence of this was in growing our plants, because when you're growing anything, it's unpredictable because the weather could affect how they grow, or insects, or for our case, lack of water or too much water. And one of our biggest problems was insects that happened early. And you had to be ready to fix any problem, because if you just let it go, then, for example, if the insects and you just don't solve it right away, it can spread throughout your whole system and you'll have to practically restart. I feel that we were successful because whenever anything went wrong, we fixed it as fast as we could, and every day we'd go down to check to make sure everything was correct, the water level was high, and all the nutrients inside that were supposed to be there were there. And the biggest enemy was the unknown, because our system died a couple of times and we weren't really sure what was causing it. And we thought that it was lack of water, but we'd always go down to check and make sure, because one time we found that our pipe was disconnected, so we fixed that right away, but again it died maybe a couple weeks later, and we weren't quite sure, but we just have to keep replanting and growing our plants so we would be able to harvest. So my second superpower is visual arts, and the evidence for this is the whiteboard project. So for this project you have to create meaningful drawings and specific drawings that would allow your audience to understand what you're talking about. And you had to practice, and because you had to take a lot of patience, because for example in my case my recordings would always stop halfway through my drawings, so I just had to keep restarting until I got it right. I feel that I was successful in this because I communicated my thoughts through my drawings, and I created clear and specific drawings that would help the audience understand. So the enemy was technology, because I didn't have enough space on my iPad to record a lot of the times, so it would stop halfway through, and that was kind of really a big setback, because I would be going maybe 7 minutes into my drawings, and then I have to restart right from the beginning. The second superpower is collaboration. I think that the best evidence was in the spring break plant checkup, because we were assigned days to go check on the plants to make sure that everything was healthy. And one day when I went to go check, I noticed that the system was completely dead and dried out, as you can see on the left picture. So as soon as we found that out, we like talked over with our group, and we all came in to like fix the system because we couldn't just leave it. And this was, I feel that I was successful because we could have waited until school started again to fix it, but we decided to come back and clean it out. So in that picture you can see that we took all the plants out and we're like completely washing the system down. And also I feel that we were successful because we bought new plants and we cleaned out our entire system and pretty much started from the beginning again. The other superpower was cooking skills. The evidence was in our cooking classes, and we learned to cook like a variety of dishes from the judge that we were learning from. I feel that I learned from like trial and error, and I used what I learned from class to like cook at home as part of the assignment. I feel that I was successful on like picking up the skills that the chef was teaching us because we would go and watch what he was doing in the beginning, like a demo, and then we'd go back to our station and we would pretty much do it on our own. And I feel that I learned better from watching the demos than just like following instructions on a piece of paper, because you can actually see the skills that he's trying to teach you. The enemy was inexperience. I feel that this was a big enemy because I rarely cooked at home, so when they had to cook during the competition, it was kind of all brand new. And we had, like, for example, the first time cutting vegetables, it was a little scary because I haven't used the big knives and it was kind of close to my fingers, but I was able to overcome this by trial and error. So like, you'd watch what he'd do and he would tell you what not to do just in case. For example, if you have to do like this bear claw so you don't cut your fingers off. And I feel that this was one of the best things. And that's it.
Okay. Okay, think of good questions to ask. One question I have: how did you guys communicate outside of class mostly? Like if you
For
have,
example,
like
in
over
the spring break,
yeah.
Oh, we had a group message already set up from the beginning of the year. So that's whenever we weren't together, we'd like talk to each other through it and like tell each other what was going on.
Okay. So messaging.
Yeah.
Any questions, guys? Part of POLs is being a good audience member and asking good questions. Tiffany?
Yes.
What was the most difficult challenge for you without all these skills that you had? What was the hardest to overcome?
I think I didn't talk about it in this one, but procrastination. Because even though I said time management, because we had a time limit to really do things, but when you're just making projects that you have weeks to do, I pretty much put it off until the last couple of days.
Did that affect the outcome of the product?
Sometimes I think it would, but most of the time I would stay up until I got it to the level that I needed it to be at. Leo?
Leo?
You know how you said ego was kind of a problem because everyone had their own idea? As that got better, as you kept practicing more and more until the competition, do you think it was more you all got the same sort of idea of what you wanted to do, or you all got better at just accepting other people's ideas?
Kind of a little bit of both, because you had to trust the other person that they knew what they were doing for their tasks that they were supposed to be completing. Also, I feel that we kind of all got the same skill from learning from the chef, so we kind of all had the same idea of what to do towards the end of the competition. Matt?
Which skill are you most proud of learning that you feel can really help you in the future?
I think the cooking skills, because it's you can use it whenever, if you're home alone and you want to cook something, you always have the skills to turn on the stove and cook whatever you need to do. So.
Any other questions? Okay. Thank you. Good job.
Yeah.